Do you know who Brian Williams is?
Yeah, of course.
Brian Williams stepped down. He had a job. He stepped down, and Brian Williams.
NBC.
NBC.
He was I think, ABC at one point.
And by the way,
NBC.
when he stepped down, he was like furious when he stepped down.
He wrote a letter.
He wrote a letter, and it was like anybody. You know when he stepped down? I think he stepped down in the middle of election.
2 years ago.
No,
Really?
when did he step down? No. I actually disagree. He stepped down. Announced that as host of election. I don't know when he stepped down, but he stepped down.
Announced on November 2021 that he would be leaving MSNBC. So 3 years ago.
Okay, 3 years ago he stepped down. Watch this.
But he was fired. He did a couple things, right?
Well, he had some controversy in the past as well. But let me tell you what he said. He's on Seth. What's the guy's name?
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers. Yeah. So watch what he says to Seth Meyers in this. He goes there. His words. He says it's tough love for the Democratic Party. It's time to strip down and rebuild the whole thing. Maybe we're not going to play the whole clip. It's $1.50. Go ahead and play this clip, Rob. Watch this.
I feel like the Democratic Party under Joe Biden did a lot of things for working class voters. Certainly inflation was a giant issue. Messaging as well. Do you feel like they just failed to message what they had done for and had planned for the economy?
It is tough love time for the Democratic Party. I think it needs to be stripped down and rebuilt. I think that means a change in leadership.
Damn, that's Obama.
I want to know who thought it was a good idea.
Obama's the leader.
That Joe Biden stand for another 4 years at 80 years of age and 37% popularity. So then that saddled the party with a British-like short campaign season for them. I think it's insulting when members of the working class, which the Democratic Party has lost entirely in our lifetimes, to insist the economy is doing great. A 12-pack of Bounty is $40. Rich folks don't feel that. Poor folks already switched to Sparkle during the COVID, during the lockdown. And I think telling them that the NASDAQ is gangbusters is further insulting. It's insulting. I think the biggest unforced error of the Biden administration by far was the border. To tell people it's not a problem is insulting. For the working class to see incoming migrants getting welcome bags, debit cards, and motel rooms is probably insulting as well. So there's a lot of work to do. You know, it was when they handed out camo hats that said Harris Walls, and the Democrats they were kind of charmed by that. Their party has gone quinoa, and the rest of America's eating at Cracker Barrel. And so it was kind of an ironic use of something millions of Americans put on their heads to start their day every day.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
But by the way, you can't put it better than the way a Democrat put it. A Democrat that's been in this space, that was part of mainstream. He's telling you this is the problem. To the face of a guy that is all in for all of those things that he trashed.
Yeah.
In it. So imagine his audience has been hearing him say all this stuff. Look at the great economy. Look at what's going on. I was like, no, man, you've been fooling people as well. You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
To his face.
So, Pat, who steps up? Okay, Obama, done. Hillary, yeah, she's hinting. Who's going to step up for the Democratic Party? I'm being genuine. And be like, all right, guys, no more of this race shit. LGBTQ, whatever. This dear, sensitive crap. We have to admit that the border's this. Who's going to step up for them and be like, listen, this is how we're going to do it. All you old people, get the hell out. We have to go new.
You know who had a shot? I mean, Rob just pulled this up. If you want to zoom in a little bit, Rob, who the Democratic voters want to see run in 2028. Kamala's at 37%. Which, by the way, if you're conservative, that's great.
Yeah, please.
Fantastic. Please run her.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom, 7.
Satan's son.
Fantastic Pete, 4.
Yeah.
Whitmer, 3.
They don't have
Josh
anybody,
Shapiro,
Pat.
3. Michelle Obama, 2.
They have nobody.
Bernie, 2. Tim Walz, 1. Undecided,
Whoever
35%.
the undecided guy is, he should go. Because, you know what I mean?
But here's what I would say when it comes down to this. There were moments, and this is a missed opportunity on him. The one guy on this list that's the most formidable is who? Who's the most formidable?
Josh Shapiro.
Shapiro, and who's the second most formidable?
Gavin Newsom.
Okay, perfect. So let's go through those two guys.
Shapiro on policy, Newsom on presence.
And remember, the one thing I've learned in my lifetime is, do you think Trump is the smartest when it comes down to policy?
No.
Out of all of them, I think.
Out of all the Republican candidates,
he is
2016,
definitely not the smartest.
Who is the most
policy.
qualified lawyer, military, policy, worked in Congress, worked as a Senate, worked as a governor, ran as a state, knows the swamp? Is he the most qualified?
The answer is he is not the most qualified.
No.
He's the best marketer, and he
you won't
conveys
like
the
the
message
name,
the
but
best.
the one who's probably
Ted Cruz.
is Ted
Ted
Cruz.
Cruz.
Ted Cruz. If you take away how he says it and how he upsets people,
Yeah.
and you were just to look at if he wrote it down and you read it,
He'd be
you would
best.
say whoever wrote this
Okay.
paper
Yeah.
here is the guy.
I'm with you.
agree.
But guess
Too
what
bad.
my point is? You know what we've learned? Market doesn't care who's the smartest.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I'm telling you.
You're right.
Market doesn't care who's sitting. The market's like, who do I think is going to get the job done?
Period.
We're so much like you want to, like I remember one time I went to one of my guys is like, hey, you want to meet the smartest guy that knows every single word in the Bible? I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, you give him any scripture, he's going to tell you exactly what it is. He's memorized the entire Old and New Testament. I said, get out of here. He says, no, you got to come to Sunday Seaman service. I go to his service. There's less than 100 people in this guy's church. He's been doing it for 20 years. And I said, wait a minute, this is the guy? He says, yeah. He says, you want to meet him afterwards? Ask him any question. I said, yeah. Afterwards, we'll meet him. I'm like, what about this? And what about that? Boom, boom, boom. Just random. You open up the Bible, tell him Deuteronomy. Not stuff like Proverbs, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got it. And I walk away now. You know what I asked the guy? I said, if he knows so much about the Bible, how come no one comes to his church? He's been doing this for 20 years. Because he doesn't know how to baptize. He doesn't know how to deliver the message.
Yeah.
Newsom knows how to deliver the message. Newsom showed signs of going to the center a little bit. Remember when Tom would say, here's another opportunity. Here's another chance that he's shown that he's going to center. He's doing this. He's doing that. And then what does he do? He fumbles it again. Today is Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Black Friday. And the reason why they call it Black Friday is because that is the first day that a lot of the retailers go into profit mode. So whatever else they make the rest of the year, hey, the name is Black Friday. Let me tell you what my code's been every year for Black Friday. Many, many years ago, it was about lining up outside of Walmart or Best Buy or Costco. I'm going to get the big TV for 50% discount. Nowadays, it's Amazon and all this other stuff. And you splurge and you splurge and you splurge and nothing about you improved, and it's the same old, same old. Here's what we're doing for Black Friday, folks. First of all, we have a massive Black Friday sale that's going to be 50% off. There's a whole setup, 50% off hats, shirts. We have this notebook here, the Valuetainment notebook that's got the multiple different charts that we use at the Vault Conference. For some of you guys that are business owners, this is a perfect notebook for you, 50% discount. Shirts, gears, you'll see all these things, wallets, Angry Patriot stickers, even the SLS leadership event that if you attended it, it's $5,000 a ticket to $30,000 held at Mar-a-Lago. The recording is selling for $1,000. Today's discount of $497. If you go all the way to the top, Rob, we have a bundle with all the different courses combined together. It's a price point of $12,688 when you buy it independently for the entire weekend. Whether you want to improve your sales or how to be a better public speaker, how to create content that goes viral, how to have strategies to scale your business, the Vault recording, the advanced business strategy, business planning workshop, all of it that people, if they wanted to buy a ticket, they could spend $20,000, $30,000 for the ticket. Exclusive recording. This is going to be around 30 hours of recording for $997 only. Again, represent the brands you believe in. Take advantage of the brands that you want to support. I'm going around right now seeing Valuetainment gear all over the place. Future Looks Bright, USA, Angry Patriot, everywhere, which is phenomenal to see. If you got big plans for 2025, find a way to recreate yourself. And if you represent PBD Podcast, Valuetainment, how we process issues, what we do here, we're giving a 50% discount on items purely this weekend. And by the way, I'm telling you this, anybody that places an order over $500, you're probably going to get a FaceTime call from me. So me, Adam, Vinny, we may do a surprise FaceTime call tonight during Thanksgiving and talk to you and have a conversation with you, but the order needs to be $500 or more. You'll get some surprise FaceTime calls from us. Having said that, go to vtmerch.com, place the order before these things sell out, because they will this weekend. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.